What is up, peasants? My name is JB, and I am back here today with my Week 4 Team Builder and matchup in the BBL. This week we are taking on Perfect Blue, coach of the San Diego State Azelfs, which, in my opinion, is one of the cleanest logos in the entire community. And he is also the defending champion from Season 1 of the BBL, so big game coming up this week, and should be a fun matchup. Be sure to go check him out in the description below. He is an incredible battler and a really cool dude, so yeah, be sure to go check him out down there. And as for his team, let's go ahead and get into it. He has the Groudon, as you can see, Mega Charizard X, Clefable, Raikou, Tapu Bulu, Bisharp, Victory Bell with Z moves, Pheromosa with Z moves, Bruxish with Z moves, and Probopass with Z moves. So a lot of cool Z users, especially Pheromosa being absolutely terrifying. So we had to play Pheromosa this week, and we had to play this week, and we have to play it in PCL this coming week. So gonna have to get my fair share of prepping for Pheromosa in, so that's no fun. That mon is an absolute monster, really fast. Its Frel is all get out, but yeah, it's definitely an annoyance. You can see he also has a Bruxish, which is an underrated mon. Can hit relatively hard, can Sword Stance, can also just run like choice sets and just do a lot of damage. Probopass is a good rocker, and it has a huge nose, so that's pretty cool. You see he has a little bit of Suncor between Groudon, Mega Charizard X, and Victory Bell. I'm talking about them out of order, but screw it. Groudon, obviously being a Groudon, it's not Primal Groudon, as Red Orb is banned, so it's just a regular Groudon, but it's still a regular Groudon. Incredibly bulky, decently fast as well. Base 90 speed is annoying, like it's annoyingly fast. Good rock setter, can just hit incredibly hard with fire moves, even though it's not part fire type. Earthquake Herds, it does still have access to Precipice Blades even as regular Groudon, so that's super annoying. Mega Charizard X is one of the most terrifying mons in the entire format. It can just click Dragon Dance and win a game at any time. If you're not, if you have the wrong mon in at any time, it can kind of just win. It's really good at just punishing, poor plays or misplays or whatever. So Zardex is terrifying. Clefable is a fat pink blob, one of the most notorious and annoying fat pink blobs that just, it doesn't die, man. It clicks rocks, it recovers, it's clef, dude. It doesn't die. Raikou, really fast electric type, doesn't have the greatest of move pulls, but it can, still click Thunderbolt, it can Volt Switch, it can run hidden powers for coverage, it can Shadow Ball, do that sort of thing. Really annoying. Sub-Call Mine could be absolutely terrifying in this matchup if he gets behind the sub at the right time and, gets a Call Mine up for free. Gotta be careful there. Tapu Bulu helps cover the ground weakness for Zard, so that's super annoying. It also provides him a double fairy, which is nice, but it's also just a ridiculously hard hitter. Nothing, and I repeat, nothing wants to switch in and take a banded Woodhammer in terrain. Like, that just does so much to all the things that aren't Sap Sipper. Bisharp, solid mon. It's a nice, it's good at punishing defog on this team, his team in particular, because he does have the Zard. He's gonna, a lot of people, wait. Huh? I realized how stupid I sound when I started to explain that sentence, but defog does punish, or Bisharp does punish defog, because you don't want to defog the Bisharp and give it a +2 attack boost. But he's gonna be clicking the defog because he has his art. I'm really smart, guys. Why do people watch me? How did I get 100 subs on YouTube? I'm so stupid. But thank you guys so much for 100 subs. I love every single one of you, except Dorian. Just kidding, I love Dorian. And I completely glossed over talking about Victory Bell. It's a good Sun Sweeper. It can do quite a bit of damage. It's, it's a Chlorophyll mon. It can be relatively fast. He's growth, that's annoying, but other than that, Solar Beam hurts. So that's a thing. But let's go ahead and get into the squad that we are bringing. First off, we have Bubbles, our Palkia, rocking the Waterium Z with the moves Rain Dance, Surf, Flamethrower, and Dragon Pulse. So I decided to go ahead and bring a Z Rain Dance Palkia to sort of counteract his Sun. Because this can come in on Groudon pretty much most of the time and click Z Rain Dance. Z Rain Dance also gives me the +1 speed boost. Since we are running Max Speed Timid, we do Speed Tie, which is Zard X. If he wants to try to get the +1, we will at least have a Speed Tie there. So that's a potential out there. Unfortunately, we do die to +1 Dragon Call because of the Zard X. But, if we win the Speed Tie, he has the +1 Dragon Pulse because I'm a Palkia. And then we just have Surf and Flamethrower that hit everything. I thought about running Ice Beam over Flamethrower, but I figure that if he does bring Sun, if he does bring the Groudon, that he'll probably go hard into it to get rid of the rain or whatnot. So I didn't really think Ice Beam would be better than Bulu, because like I just said, I do expect Groudon to come and get rid of the rain at some point with Palkia in. and then, you know, Flamethrower would obviously hit Bulu harder if the sun is up, so I can sort of take advantage of both weathers to some aspect, so that's the plan there. Basically, set up a Z Rain Dance and kill all the things, because Palkia. Next up, we have Flower, or Florges, still looking for a better name. Someone please help me. Anyway, we have a really interesting set here. We have Moonblast, Grass Knot, Hidden Power, Fighting, and Synthesis with a Kebia Berry. So the reason we have Kebia Berry is, I could not tell you. Why do we have Kebia Berry against this team? It was probably supposed to be Babiri Berry. Thankfully, I don't think that came into play, spoiler alert, but I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be Babiri Berry. And I'm just stupid. But anyway, we have a physically defensive Florges here with Moonblast, Grass Knot, Hidden Power, Fighting, and Synthesis. Hidden Power, Fighting obviously there for Bisharp, because otherwise Bisharp just punishes this thing for free. Moonblast is relatively free against most of his team, as it is only outright resists are Victory Bell and Probopass. Other than that, it hits everything neutrally, so just clicking Moonblast is always nice. And then we have Grass Knot as a way to help deal with Groudon, and we have Synthesis for recovery. As we will potentially be in Sun, we will be getting quite a bit of recovery from that. I'm looking over this team, and I'm really not sure why I had Kebia Berry. Because I was thinking maybe I had it so I could eat a hit from Victory Bell, but I can't touch Victory Bell with the set I brought. I'm pretty sure this was just supposed to be Babiri, and I'm stupid and clicked the wrong berry. But thankfully, that did not come into play in the game, spoiler alert. Anyway, take from that what you will. You'll see here in a few minutes when I get done talking about the rest of this team. Next up, we have Not a Phase, the Mega Gallade, nice and emo boy, with the moves Drain Punch, Poison Jab, Leaf Blade, and Swords Dance. We do have 168 speed, which is enough for the Mega Charizard, and we, you know, just SD3 attacks, man. He doesn't really have the best switch-ins. I'm pretty sure this hits his entire team neutrally, as it should. Close comp, or Drain Punch rather, really free against a lot of his team. If we can get a Swords Dance up, we OHKO Clefable, non-unaware Clefable with Poison Jab. We 2-hit KO most Clefables with Poison Jab either way. Leaf Blade could potentially be terrain boosters, but it's really nice to have something to hit Groudon, as well as, you know, just hitting, you know, stuff like Clefable neutrally if we need to make a prediction or whatever. And then we just have, you know, Swords Dance to boost our attack and maybe clean late game or something like that. Just wall break early. Basically, just 3 coverage moves, Swords Dance, do a lot of damage. Yada, yada, yada. Simple stuff. Next up, we once again have our Mamoswine Romano with a Choice Scarf for, I believe, the 2nd time in 4 weeks. So, falling into the bit of a trap with the PCO where I just slap a Choice Scarf on a Revenge Killing Mon because I'm me. Anyway, we have the moves, with Thick Fat, of course, with the moves Earthquake, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, and Iron Head. Very straightforward set. We have speed for Jolly Bulu, and we just click buttons. We have Earthquake that hits, again, most of his team, at least neutrally, outside of Bulu. He just does not have the best ground switch-ins outside of Tapu Bulu. Pheromosa is not a resist, it's a Pheromosa. Ice Shard does a lot to, you know, stuff like Zard, giving us priority against that if it's set up and chips. Also does a lot to just Bulu or Victory Bell outright if Victory Bell's in the sun, something like that. Crash hitting those things harder, doing you know, a decent amount of damage to Groudon, as well as you know, dropping a Bulu, dropping a Victory Bell, yada yada yada. And then we have Iron Head as a way to hit Clefable if we absolutely need to hit a Clefable, and you know, just maybe flinch spam it down a little bit. That'd be nice. Anyway, next up we have on my back our Crustle, rocking a red card with Stealth Rock, Spikes, Rock Blast, and Knock Off. Max HP, speed is for I want to say like Probopass creeping something. I will check this speed. I will check the speed for you guys. I once again forgot to take notes because I'm really bad at, you know, just throwing together teams lately, and that's just been, I've been off my game a little bit recently in terms of team building. But we have 91 speed, which I'm thinking is probably for uninvested Clefable, if I'm a smart person. That's does outspeed uninvested Clefable. Was I going for uninvested Bisharp perhaps? That could be a solid play. We speed tie with uninvested Bisharp, so yeah, maybe I'm just oh no, okay, I hit 91 speed. See, it's, you know, 6 AM when I record these things, so I can't always remember numbers. Numbers baffle me when I get tired. Anyway, we have 91 speed, so we outspeed uninvested Bisharp, and basically his only removal options on his team are Charizard and the Pheromosa. So he does not have the best hazard removal options with a Charizard on his team. So naturally, I want to get up rocks. We have Surdy, we have Red Card. Basically, I'm getting these dang rocks up, and if I can get a layer to a Spikes up as well, that'd be swell. We have Rock Blast, is just a nice neutral move to hit a lot of his team, and then we have Knockoff to get rid of items. Very straightforward set. We want to get rocks up. This is probably going to be my designated lead. There's really no reason not to lead it, because like I said, he does not have the best removal options. His only other removal outside of the Mon that is 4 times weak to rocks and you need removal for is a Pheromosa, which who's running Rapid Spin Pheromosa? So yeah, gotta be definitely want to get rocks up early this game. And then last but certainly not least, we have Komala rocking an Assault Vest. I don't have a Komala nickname. I just forgot to give it one, but this is our boy Eucalyptus, which I mean, shout out to Eucalyptus. But yeah, we have Rapid Spin, Earthquake, Iron Head, and U-Turn. Just a nice physically defensive set. I really wanted hazard removal this game to, just keep Bubbles alive. I just wanted hazard removal. I couldn't really, honestly, I just couldn't think of a better Mon to fit in this last slot. Celesteela has a terrible matchup against Sun, so again, just unfortunate, because Celesteela just had a really bad matchup this week. Yeah, I don't know, man. He had Raikou, he had Zardex, he has Groudon. I just didn't feel like Celesteela did the best this game, so I just decided to slap an AV Komala on the team. Fizdef with Rapid Spin, and then coverage moves U-Turn for pivoting, Iron Head for the fairies, and then Earthquake for the Zard, or the Purple Pass, and that sort of thing. So that is the team that we are going to be bringing to this game against Blue, and I will see you all in said game right about now. Okay, so we are back here with the battle, and I low-key was, editing the layout for this and forgot I hadn't recorded the game because I was like, wait, which Pokemon fainted first, so I know which slide to make next. Yeah, I totally forgot to record the video, so I'm here recording the video. I had to leave call, and we're talking about memes and stuff. Oh gosh, this is just a nightmare. But anyway, we're back here with the battle against Mr. Blue, or Maki. I'm not really sure. Whatever. Anyway, you can see he ended up bringing the team of Probopass, Raikou, Charizard, X, Clefable, Bisharp, and Bruxish. Now, let me tell you something. When I saw that Bruxish, I was a little bit intimidated because I'm like, wait a minute. That's a Mon I under prep for. This is going to be a tough game. But I do still have the Palkia that exists. I can hopefully deal with it. I have Scarf Mamoswine if I absolutely need to. Maybe I can live a hit. But like I said, this is a game where rocks are super important. Removal is super important. The only removal he brought was the Charizard, so I definitely want to go ahead and lead with my red card Crustle, and just start getting some hazards on up. So that is what we are going to do. Of course, good luck, have fun to Blue. Definitely be sure to go check him out in the description down below. He has the cleanest logo in all of Draft League. Do not at me. But he's going to end up leading off with the Probopass, as I, of course, do lead off with on my back the Crustle. Like I said, just getting some dang hazards up, man. Just get them up real quick. So we're probably just going to exchange rocks here on turn 1. And yeah, that's what I do. Just go ahead and get them up. Why is my... Oh, I don't know why my headphones are so loud. Let me just unplug those because it's bugging me. So yeah, he's going to go for the Power Gym, which does, of course, activate our red card after we exchange rocks. And a goodbye to the Probopass. And we actually get the Charizard in on the red card, which is just hilarious. So that thing's already sitting at half, which is honestly just the funniest thing ever. So he's going to stay in and actually just Mega Evolve right away, which is pretty smart. He knows he'll outspeed me, and now he's Mega, so he'll only be taking 25% from rocks as opposed to the 50% that he took. So he's going to finish off a poor Crustle, but it did all it needed to do. It got rid of it got rocks up. That's all it needed to do, man. So we can just go into Mega Gallade here. I do outspeed, and anything I really want to click from this range will, of course, finish off the Zard as he decides to switch out into the Clef, which, of course, makes perfect sense. It's a Clef. And did I predict this, though, and click the jab? That's something we'll have to wait and see, because I don't remember. I probably didn't, honestly. I probably don't have that big of a sack. But we did just go for a Drain Punch, and you can see it actually does a decent amount of damage, so I'm thinking I could probably, afford to just stay in here and click Poison Jab. It should 2-hit KO from this range. He doesn't drop me with Moonblast, as we do see leftovers, so I'm just going to click a jab, because why the hell not? See if we can't get rid of the Clef early game. You can see that does just an absolute ton of damage. He goes for a Thunder Wave, which does, unfortunately, paralyze our emo boy, so that's a little bit sad. got nice and you know, he's just not feeling anything. He already wasn't feeling things. No, he's really not feeling things. Like, man, it's just sad, honestly. So we're just gonna go ahead and jab this thing right into the dirt. So we get rid of Clef early game, which is always nice to see. Crit obviously did not matter. Would have been great to get that crit a turn earlier, man. I mean, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. So he brings in the Aquarium, which is the Bruxish, and like I said, kind of forgot about this thing in prep, so he's just gonna click Psychic Fangs, and it's going to do an absolute ton of damage. I did decide to stay in there and just click Leaf Blade, as it did do a ton to this thing, potentially killing it depending on his spread. But I do get full paired, and my poor Mega Glade is just gonna die, which feels real bad. So, like I said, pretty much ignore this thing during prep, so I don't have a whole lot to switch into it, so I decided to just go into Flower. As it's pretty much expendable at this point in the game. He does go for the frickin' Fangs, which just does a ton of damage, man. So I'm gonna get off a huge amount with this Moonblast, which is always nice to see. This is just gonna finish me off with Fangs, but I got some chip damage on it. Hopefully I can now outspeed with Scarf Mamoswine and finish it off with Earthquake, because it did not kill from full. So we can bring in Ray Romano now after stacking 2 things to the Bruxish, which, yeah, I probably should have prepped for this a little bit more, but to be fair, I didn't really have a whole lot for it. So I click Icicle Crash. I did kill from that range and prevented any switch-ins from wanting to come in, like the Probo Pass switches on the balloon, if you remember back to turn 1. Probably should have mentioned that, but I didn't, so that's why I clicked Crash there. And thankfully we do hit and get rid of the Bruxish. And speaking of the Probo Pass, he's going to bring it right back in against me, which is pretty dang scary. And so we're sitting here at 3-4 right now, I believe. So I decided to keep Memo around and decided to go into Kamala. And I believe just try to spin, which will break this thing's balloon, and I'll be able to actually do things against it. As he actually decides to go ahead and get up his rocks now, which he did on earlier. He Power Gem turn 1, so I guess I totally forgot. I totally blanked on him not clicking rocks. You know, he red carded out. I'm not smart. So he is going to switch into the Bisharp on the Kamala, as I do go for Rapid Spin, which will unfortunately not break the balloon, but hey, it is what it is. We get rid of the rocks, so we don't really have to deal with them. The main reason for clicking it there was to break the balloon, and also, you know, just to not have to deal with rocks. So he's going to go for a knock, which will do a ton to Kamala, because Kamala is not exactly the thickest of things, but we are able to get off an Earthquake, which will do a sizable chunk to this guy, let me tell you. Kamala is pretty strong, man. So that's going to do a lot of damage, so he's just going to go for a knockoff here. I'm not sure why he didn't go for Sucker. I don't know, he knew he outsped me, so I guess it makes sense. But Kamala's going to go down. It weakened the Bishop, got rid of rocks, so it's looking all fine and dandy. So we can just bring in Bubbles now, and it is Bubbles time, boys. You already know we're just going to click the Z Rain Dancers. He goes for Sucker Punch and fails, and we get the Z move off. It's looking crispy right about now. I don't know what that means. It's really not looking crispy because it's rain, it's not sun. So yeah, you know, he didn't end up bringing the Groudon, which was cool, so I didn't even have to worry about it. But I still got my +1 speed boost and rain boosted Surf, so Z Rain Dance still a solid play because it's still a pretty good set. Turns out Palkia's, you know, outspeeding things and clicking buttons is still pretty good. He's gonna go for a Sucker. You can see it does a little under half, so it still does a lot, but I do outspeed all the things, and I can just click all the buttons at this point. So I'm not too worried about taking that damage. You can see Rain Boosted Surf will of course finish with Sharp from where it's at, and then we can just bring in the Ziggy, which ends up being the Raikou. So it's a shiny Raikou. I don't know the event moves. I think that means he's Rash. I think that means he has extreme speed, maybe. I don't know, man. But I do click Surf. It's Rain Boosted Stab. I think Modest. Was it Modest this game? I was not Modest. I was Timid. But you can see that just does so much damage. It barely misses out on the Yoko. So he's going to get a T-Bolt off. I do eat that. And unfortunately, I get paralyzed, which just blows, dude. That's just the waste. But I am still quite the fast one. He's going to go for Hidden Power, and I'm not really sure what Hidden Power this was, but it did not kill me. He gets a crit and they didn't even kill me, so it's probably HP Fire, because, you know, I quad resist as well as, you know, being in the rain. So that was probably HP Fire if I had to guess. Not really sure, but that thing is going to go down, the Raikou. And now he's going to bring in the Lizard, which is the Zard. Going to take another round of rocks damage, and as you will see, he goes for the Dragon Dance there. So that was his only way of winning the game, because he was in range of Ice Shard there. So he had to make up me getting full parried and being able to kill me that way. So yeah, I understand why he went for D-Dance there. It was his one like actual out in this game was to outspeed me, hope I get full parried, and then be able to outspeed Scarf Mamoswine. So that was, you know, it made sense the play he made to try to, you know, win the game. That was like his best way of actually winning the game is, you know, you guys know what I mean to say. Anyway, I can just go for Seraph, which I will outspeed the Probopass, and I believe just in the game here, does this thing live? Yes, it barely lives somehow. That was honestly just though, like, super unfortunate. Probopass ate that, dude. Like, how the hell did a Probopass chew a Surf from a freaking Palkia? I guess the rain not being up mattered, and he was super spit F. I couldn't tell you. But we can just bring in Scarf Ray Romano and just click Earthquake at the end of the game. We, of course, did pop the balloon with the Seraph, so Earthquake just is free. Don't have to risk missing Crash or Shard not killing for some reason. Could have clicked Iron Head, but screw it, we click Earthquake. So yeah, that is going to be a very good game and a nice 1-0 win for the Razorwinds. So we move back up to 2-2 at this point, I believe. So slowly but surely recovering from that week 1 beatdown still. But yeah, very good game to Blue. Be sure to go check him out. He's an amazing player. He is the defending champion of the BBL, like I mentioned in the team builder. So yeah, definitely be sure to go check him out. He's a great content creator, good battler, cool dudes, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week when we take on Super Suna Arashi. Coach at the Groningen Noctouse, not the Glades, that's Lux. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.